Imagine a young couple, Priya Solanki and her husband, choosing love over tradition, marrying quietly in an Arya Samaj temple. Instead of support, they faced threats from Priya's family, so severe they feared for their lives. Their story is not unique. Across India, many couples face violence for daring to choose their own partners. For Priya, the opposition escalated to harassment and isolation, turning her family into a source of danger. The fear was real. Honor killings, where families murder to restore lost honor, are a chilling reality. Priya and her husband's only hope was to seek protection from the Allahabad High Court. Their journey wasn't just about love, it was a desperate fight for survival against oppressive traditions. Marrying in a legally recognized temple should have been enough, but patriarchal mindsets refused to accept their choice. The threat of violence and ostracization forced them to stand up for their rights, risking everything. Priya and her husband chose to fight, seeking the law's protection to live and love freely. Honor killing, a brutal crime where families murder their own for shaming them, often over marriage choices. The so-called honor is rooted in patriarchal control, valuing family reputation over individual lives, especially women's. These are not crimes of passion but premeditated acts, sometimes with community support. In India, honor killings are linked to caste, religion, and rigid social boundaries. Victims are mostly women, but men are also targeted for marrying against family wishes. This is not about culture. It's about criminality and the fight against deep-rooted misogyny. True honor lies in respecting individual choice, not in violence or bloodshed. In Priya Solanki's case, the Allahabad High Court became a lifeline. The court recognized the real threat of honor killing and took the couple's fears seriously. Judges issued a protective order restraining Priya's family from contacting or harassing the couple. The court also stayed the couple's arrest, preventing misuse of false criminal cases by the family. This intervention created a legal shield, affirming the right to choose one's partner. The judiciary's action sent a clear message. The law stands with those who defy regressive norms. When families turn hostile, the courts can uphold justice and personal autonomy. Priya's case is a reminder that the law protects those who dare to love. The High Court didn't stop at protection orders. It held the local police chief personally accountable for the couple's safety. This move forced the police to take threats seriously, cutting through potential bias or apathy. By making the senior superintendent of police answerable, the court ensured real action, not just paperwork. This precedent reinforces that police must protect vulnerable citizens, not side with powerful families. Judicial oversight like this can mean the difference between life and death for threatened couples. It strengthens public faith in the justice system and reminds authorities of their duty. For couples like Priya and her husband, such intervention is a lifeline. At the heart of the court's decision is the Indian Constitution, specifically Article 21, guaranteeing the right to life and personal liberty. The court reaffirmed that adults have the right to choose their partners, regardless of family or societal objections. Filing false criminal cases to break couples apart is a common tactic, but the judiciary called it out. The conflict between constitutional rights and regressive norms is ongoing, but the courts stand as guardians of liberty. Honor killings are the most brutal form of this conflict, and the judiciary's role is vital. By protecting couples, the courts reinforce that no one can interfere with an adult's right to marry. The right to life includes the right to dignity, and choosing one's partner is central to that dignity. Each court intervention is a stand for democracy and freedom. Priya's case is just one among many. Honor killings and violence against couples persist across India. The Supreme Court too has intervened in cases like Zia-ur-Rahman's, where interfaith love led to murder. The judiciary's strong stance, demanding murder charges and fair trials, signals zero tolerance for such crimes. Courts don't just punish, they protect, hold police accountable and champion constitutional values. Each order chips away at the culture of violence and control. The fight for love and dignity continues, with courts as beacons of hope. But real change needs strong laws, enforcement, and a shift in social attitudes, so every individual can love and live freely.